How is everybody doing? My name is Echo, and in today's video, we are reviewing the Basic Machinery Addon created by Vattenage. The add-on is priced at 990 Minecraft coins. That's £4.99. This add-on is $6. According to the creators, there are over 40 machines you're able to make, including cables, pipes. There's also custom armor and weapons. It's time to automate your world. The file size for this add-on is 3 megabytes. Hi everyone, just before we get into today's video, I just want to say a couple of things. Number one, this is by far the best and most advanced add-on we have on the Minecraft marketplace right now. If you are looking to automate your worlds and do it in a very good fashion, this is the add-on for you. A message for the creators of this. Your add-on is brilliant. However, this book throws you into the deep end straight away. I feel like the important information, such as learning solar panels, should be mentioned at the start. Also, things like batteries. I feel like this add-on in terms of the book and guide is lacking in information. Just to put into context how long it's taken me to set up today's video, I've had to pause it at this point because this took me hours to learn and understand. Don't worry, we will review the whole entire thing, and I'll place some timestamps on the video to make life easier for you. All right, so let me teach you everything you need to know about this add-on. Once you have this installed in a new or pre-existing world, you'll be given this. This is the Basic Machinery Tutorial Guide. Now, like I mentioned at the start, it doesn't do a very good job of explaining what things do. There is no recipes behind this. So, as you would imagine, the crafting table is going to be your best friend. Now, on the first page, it does say, use a wrench on the machines for more information. And I can tell you, it is going to be very important. In order to craft this, you need redstone, a log, and iron. So grab your needed ingredients and open this, tap on this, and you're able to make it. One of the most important things in this add-on is going to be power, liquids, and gas. Basically, each one can transfer different things. Obviously, your cables are going to transfer power. Your liquids are going to transfer water, but also lava. And obviously, your gas is going to transfer gas. Let's start with the electricity. Open up the crafting table, tap on this. In order to make your electricity, you need 2 copper, and you're going to need redstone. As a positive, because you need so much of this, you will be given 12 in return. And this is going to be the same for each one. As you can see here, these are the recipes. After learning these, it throws you into the deep end and starts teaching you about the early generators. Now, I don't think this is the right order to learn things. So I took it upon myself to set up the world in the correct way, in my opinion. So we are going to learn how to make the conveyor. In order to do this, you need 2 iron ingots and an oak plank. So open up the crafting table. Once again, you will be given a whole bunch of items in return, so you don't have to focus on making tons of these. It's 12 at a time. You all know how a conveyor belt works, right? So place these down on the ground. They will all connect. You're then able to drop an item like an oak plank, and it's going to go to the very end. And yes, it will link with hoppers. You can do this in a whole range of different directions, but it gets so much better. So you're able to send this around. So this could go around literally forever. So we'll take it this way, just a small circle here. Put this on, and you'll see here, it's just going to keep going round. They can also go up and down. At this point, though, I do need to make myself a couple more. So we'll grab 36 more here. So you can take this up like this. Just the same way as rails, in a way. So I just thought this was a brilliant concept. And if we then drop this on there, it goes all the way up and over. So on this time, I've set it up with some hoppers at the end. If we throw these inside of here, we then go ahead and check our hopper. You'll see it's inside of there. Another very important aspect of this add-on is going to be solar panels. There are 2 types you're able to make. This is the cheaper version. It requires lapis blocks, 3 of them, 2 redstone blocks, and a copper ingot. Open up this, and you're able to make this. Now, if you place this down and tap on this, it just says produces some power during the day. It only works during the day. If you wanted to make the more expensive one, it requires iron blocks and 3 previous solar panels. But this one is more powerful and it's much better. Good news, the Echo plushie is now on sale. The link is down below. It ships worldwide, doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you want to get one, we can send it to you. Now, it is created by Makeship, and if you're interested in getting one of these, this is what you're going to get. Your very own personal Echo head, only on sale for a limited time. This is going to be happening once, and once only. The quality of this is absolutely incredible. And if you do purchase, let me know in the comments section. I might actually give one away. So let me teach you about how these work. When it comes to the basic solar panel, start by placing a cable on the floor and then place this on top. After that, you're then able to see the color changing. This is the energy and the electricity that we have gained. This one is so much better, by the way, and can be placed in multiple directions. So if we place this down in real time, you're going to see the energy that we have now created. Now, how on earth do you store the energy that you have created? Well, this is done with a battery. These are also very important throughout today's video. So in order to make these, you are going to need redstone blocks, iron, and electricity cable. Grab this, make the battery. Now, I got confused with this because if you put this here, nothing will happen. These have to go into the top. So if we were to do this and then do this, you'll see here that the electricity that we are now generating is starting to go into our battery. The longer you leave this, the more it's going to fill up. As you can see, it's going to happen. Now, obviously, we can't put this here and then take the electricity somewhere else. This has to be placed underneath it. So let's set up a basic example on how to use this. In today's video, I am going to be using the advanced solar panels. They're just better. It's worth spending the extra materials on. But it works the exact same with this. Just remember to place this down and then this one on top. So once you have this placed, start placing your electricity cables into this. When you get to a certain point, go up. We're going to go up a little bit more than normal just so I can show you the underneath. Then come across. Let's go there. We're going to grab the battery and place this here. And this is going to start to fill up. Obviously, underneath, we're then going to place the electricity one more time. And then we can take this somewhere else, which would be used to power something a little bit later on in today's video. And it's just an absolute genius way to do this. Now, I believe you're also able to set up multiple cables here. So we could have like a whole bunch of these going into this, which should mean that the battery will charge a lot faster. So you can create massive solar farms if you really wanted to. If we just watch the battery in real time, the more solar panels that you have, the quicker this is going to charge and the more power you're going to have. Now that you understand the basics, let's go back to the book. I'm going to show you how to make the early generators, such as coal generators, water, lava, and liquid pumps. So I want to start with the coal generator. In order to craft this, you are going to need 3 copper, 2 iron, and you need a conveyor part. I'm not going to show you guys how to craft them. I think you guys know. So we're going to place this down. Now, you'll see here, there's like a small conveyor there, right? Well, let's grab ourselves the conveyor, and we're going to direct this into here. Now, you're able to instantly put coal into here. We are then going to need ourselves a battery and electricity here. So if we grab the battery, we're going to take whatever we put inside of here is going to create energy, right? And then this is going to be put into our battery. So we're going to just do what we previously did. I'm going to take this one up a little bit here, because again, it needs to go down into it. So that goes there. This goes here. And we're going to fill this up. Now, this one was a little bit glitchy for me. Let's see if we've got the coal here. We haven't. So let's just grab ourselves some coal. We're then going to throw this on the conveyor belts. This sometimes happened for me. It kind of glitched out a little bit. But basically, this is going to automatically transfer into energy and into the battery. It might visually look a little bit broken, but I promise you it should work completely fine. I don't know what happens if I throw it all. Is it going to fill up a lot quicker? Yes, it is. So rather than waiting for the sun to do its work, you can do this via coal. So let's learn about water generators, lava generators, and liquid pumps. Once again, to learn the recipes, open up this, type in pump, for example, to learn that one. Type in water to learn the water generator. Type in lava to learn the lava one. Again, all the recipes are relatively easy to understand and a lot of them are usually using the same materials. Just like before, we're going to start with the solar panel and the electricity. Once the color changes, it is active. Now, what we're going to do is place down some water here. It can be water or it could be lava. We are then going to grab ourselves this, which is the liquid pump. We're then going to place this above the water here. So this is now active. Again, lava will be lava. We are currently using water. We now need to take this somewhere else. So this is going to be the introduction of the pipes. We're going to transfer this and make it into energy. So we're just going to go across here. At this point, we're now going to need the liquid tank because, of course, we need to store the water. We are now going to take this water, store it inside of this tank. It's then going to be transferred into energy, which you can use somewhere else. Once again, the more of these that you have active, the better it is going to be. So let's kind of link all of these up. The more you use, the faster this will fill up. But you'll notice a lot of it's to do with, like, this is the output going into the input, and then underneath is going to be the output. Since on this occasion, we are using water, we want to use a water generator. So place down some pipes underneath this. I believe once again, we are going to have to go into the top here. So go across like this. On this occasion, we're placing the water generator like this. So this is going to be on the top. Now underneath, it's time to place some electricity. And eventually you'll see here, it's starting to change. So we are technically using water to create ourselves some power, which we can then put into a battery. So we'll then power this all the way up here, go across one more time, place our battery into this. And just like before, as I previously showed you, you'll see the battery signal is now starting to fill up. So there is multiple ways to do this. You are able to change this to lava. And for the sake of today's video, we will do this. So we'll change this to lava. Obviously, it's not working right now. So we're going to have to... I think this one's fine. Maybe we have to change this one. So if we type in lava... Yeah, so this one should be fine. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a lava bucket here. Get rid of all of these. Put lava underneath this. I think the best way to do this is probably break this and place this down. You'll see here that the color has changed. It's now lava, but same applies. It will generate the same amount of like battery charge, whether it's water or lava. I know the book doesn't have a lot of information. I think the aim is to use the wrench and tap on it to teach you how things work. So yeah, the wrench is going to be your best friend throughout today's add-on. Now that I've fried your brain a little bit, let's move on to a couple more basic machineries. We have the block breaker. I've placed down this already along with some cable. We're going to place down the block breaker, and this works the exact same way as like a regular cobblestone generator, apart from it's automated. And yes, you probably should have a chest and a hopper underneath this, but let's not worry too much about that. We also have another one here. This is the block placer. So I'm going to place this. I'm going to place this down over here. I'm going to grab myself some more cables here. We'll place this into this machine. That should become active. On this occasion, you are going to need a chest. Place the chest on top. Then place whatever block you want inside. We'll go with a diamond block here, right? Let's go extravagant. Diamond block on top. This is going to place them right here. Obviously, if you break these, a new one is going to appear. 3 of my favorite machines in today's video are the quantum miner. We have the nether quantum miner, and we have the powered fisher. So basically, this is used to automate your mining experience. It will gather blocks, it will gather ores, it will gather a whole bunch of materials. This one does the exact same as this, but it does it inside of the nether. This one is an automatic fish machine. Yes, automated fishing. Place this down here. You can get fish, you can get bowls, you can get books. I'm just going to leave that active for a little bit of time. I'm also going to use this one. These are completely automated. Obviously, this one is not going to work in the overworld, because it requires you to be inside of the nether. This one... Oh, wait, that one actually worked. Oh, I stand corrected. Okay, this one does work, and you don't have to be inside of the nether. This one can take a little bit of time, but I got... There you go. We managed to get quartz from that, strangely enough. stone. I've had iron. I've had a whole bunch of materials, but you'll see how crazy the fishing one is. Let's see if we get ourselves a book today. Didn't quite get an enchanted book, but did manage to find myself an emerald and also an ancient debris. Obviously, if you cut ties with this, like here, these are going to deactivate. Gather all your materials. Obviously, you guys would link up things like hoppers and make an automated system, but these things are very powerful. Two really cool machines available is a powered furnace, but also a crusher. Again, this is where you can link up the conveyors. Make sure you do have your solar panels and cables. We're going to place this down here, starting off with the crusher. We're going to grab ourselves some stone and throw these in one by one, and they're going to be crushed and converted into cobblestone, linked up to a hopper. Works completely fine. Now, this one here is going to be a furnace. So, obviously, changing it from a crusher to a furnace, as you guys know, should convert the cobblestone into stone. And I love the animations on this. On that occasion, though, I think we did that a little bit too fast. You might have to do these a little bit slower. Okay, that was fine. That one was fine. What happens if we do two? Okay, yeah, so maybe I just did a little bit too many. So you might have to be very cautious with this one, but all of these have now been converted into stone. Another machine available in this is going to be a cobblestone generator. We're Minecraft players, we're lazy. Place this down and place the conveyor on top of this. We're just going to take this into the hopper. But what I want to do is change this to be instantly crushed. We're going to place down the crusher. We're then going to grab ourselves some of the power, and we're going to take this into here. This is now going to become active. We're also going to power this up as well. So once this is powered, this is going to produce the cobblestone like before, but automatically transfer this into gravel. I believe if we put gravel into this, let's see what happens. Let's try this one. I know it's spitting these ones out, but I want to... There you go. This will be transferred into sand. So yeah, you can fully automate this. Everything I'm showing you, I feel like, is a progression to making the big machineries you can actually make. Another machine available is going to be the magnet, and basically this is going to attract blocks that are on the floor. So if you had, let's go with regular stone here, it's going to attract all of the stone, pick up those items one by one, take them into this, as you can see here. So what I was doing before is I was like just dropping these on the floor over here, and you can see they're automatically attracted to the magnets. They go through this, and then they go inside of here. If you're still watching in today's video and you are confused, don't worry. I'm setting this up as I learn this information. Then I'm using today's video to relay it to you. So if you can't quite grasp everything all at once, don't worry, you're not alone. Alongside the magnets, we have the monster masher, the milk generator, and the oil rig. A lot of the machinery in today's video is going to require plastics. So for example, this is the monster masher. If we just type in monster, for example, you'll see here it requires plastic bunch twice. We'll show you how to make them. This is quite an expensive recipe. Although I haven't been showing you the recipes, like I said, just use the crafting table and search for it. Now, how this works is it still needs to be powered up. And what this is going to do is essentially any mob, whether it be something friendly like a pig or a sheep or anything like that, they will die in the vicinity of this. So we use a cow, for example. As you can see, they died instantly. Poor baby cow. Now, this is great for your automatic farms, skeletons, zombies, etc. In order to use the milk generator, which is this, it has to be tied in with the liquid tank, which I taught you all about before in storing lava and, of course, water. So I'm going to power this up using the advanced solar. So you are still going to need to use electricity. This is going to power up this, and then the milk is going to go inside of here. Remember, in order for this to work, it has to be here. And then in order for the extraction and output, it has to be down here. But this is just going to give you an infinite milk supply. Obviously, you're able to extract this once it fills up. Now, let me show you all about the oil rigs, but also the plastic refineries and the oil generators. Now, there is a bunch of recipes starting to pop up here. These make sense in just a second. Don't get overwhelmed here. Once you mess around with this, you will understand. So we're going to start with the solar panels again. The more you have, the better it is. You'll notice with these machines, I've started to connect like 2 or 3 to speed up the process. Now, once we connect this to our oil rig, this is going to change color. It should be black for oil. So we're going to connect this. Might take a little bit of time here. Once connected, it's going to change. It's then going to go into our liquid tank, which you can see. We're then going to take the output into this, which is the oil generator, which will then generate oil. You're then going to grab yourself the cables, attach this to the sides, and it can be used to charge something up like your batteries. So again, it all works pretty seamlessly. You've seen that happen in real time. The more you have connected, the quicker the charge on the batteries are going to be. So yeah, one step at a time. I know it can be quite overwhelming. I actually didn't even connect this one correctly. Just so you guys are aware, this has to go on the top. You're not able to connect this on the sides. This is obviously going to be for the likes of your cables. So if you wanted to add more power to this, you can. You can't just take this straight to this. So yeah, just bear that in mind. But it's only been like 1 or 2 minutes, and you can see how fast these are actually charging. Now, if I was to go ahead and break the link here, so we're going to do this. This is going to store and fill up. The more you fill this up and then put it into this, these should charge even faster. So let's just leave this one. You can actually see that the milk itself has also filled up. Considering a lot of the machinery is going to need plastic, how do you make it? It's done with the plastic refinery. I've set up a system here to give you an example. We're in fact going to automate this with the conveyors, so it goes inside of the hoppers, which has already started to happen. Now, this machine is much slower from the other ones from my testing, but once you have these, which is your advanced solars, power this up once again like before into the oil rig. We're going to break the connection here and get rid of all of the pipes. Put the pipe into the top. We're just going to take this up. Then we're going to take this back down. Hold on, we need to go to the side here, back down. And then we're going to connect this to here. Once again, you can see the oil is now going into this. Now, your refinery needs to be powered up on its own as well, using the cables. So this is now active. You can see the smoke popping up. I was actually hoping for a small animation on this with fire, so I could see that it was active. But every so often, this is going to produce plastic. Then it's going to be conveyed, and then you can make this. Now, these, like I said, can be bunched together, and some of the recipes require plastic bunches or just regular plastic. Let's learn about the gases. We have the gas absorber, the gas tank, and the gas condenser. Now, it's important to understand which gas is produced depending on the dimension you're in. If you're in the overworld, it will be oxygen. If you're in the nether, it will be carbon gas. If you're in the ends, it will be hydrogen. So, oxygen will produce bone meal, carbon gas will produce coal, and hydrogen will produce redstone. So just like before, start with the solar panels and electricity. On this occasion, we're going to start interpreting tubes. So we're going to place down the gas absorber here. Now, don't worry, the electricity can go into the side of this. Grab your tubes, place this on top, and it's going all the way up. We're now going to have to get the gas tank. Now, keep an eye in the middle, because once we connect this, again, this is like before, they have to go on the top, and you'll see the color changing, and then you'll see it's starting to form. Our gas is now starting to form. So we've created the gas. We now need to take it out. When taking it out and connecting this one will produce bone meal, as it does explain. If you do it in the nether, it's coal, and inside of the end, it's going to be hydrogen, which will be redstone. So this will produce a lot of these, and this is why I said having so many of the solar panels in your world is definitely worth having. Now, I'm still learning the whole gas separator, but you can convert liquid into gases, which is going to be oil equals hydrogen plus carbon, water equals hydrogen plus oxygen. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not much of a sciencey person, so this is a little bit overwhelming for me. We're starting just with the solar panel. This is where we do bring the liquid pump from before back into action here. So I've set this up with water pipes. We're going to connect the water pipes into this, which is the gas separator. Now, we're going to place it here. So this little symbol is where the water goes into this. We are going to place the tubes either side. So this will go on this side, and this will go on this side. And you'll notice we have 2 gas tanks set up. You'll see here that it's now starting to form. And these are going to be different gases. And you can see here how these are slightly different. So just like before, grab your tubes. We want to set these back up. I'm going to put this over here, and we're going to place down another gas condenser. I think it should produce redstone at this point. It did. This one should be different. So let's place this here. We're going to bring this one all the way across, place down the gas condenser. And this one is going to produce bone meal once again. Next on our list is silicon. We need to make ourselves a factory. Now, from my understanding, in order to do this, you have to do it inside of the nether, because at the bottom, it says it produces silicon, requires carbon gas, power, and lava. Now, we know from before, in order to get the carbon gas, you have to be inside of the nether. And we want to make this because it's used in a bunch of recipes. Now, apologies for the mess. I'm still learning this add-on, so I set this up the best I could. You guys will make this a lot more compact. Once you have crafted your silicon factory, go ahead and place this down. Now, on this occasion, it's best to place it on the side. It does require some form of electricity, so solar panels, they do work all the time inside of the nether. Now, as it does mention, we need to make carbon gas. So what I showed you before with the solar panels, electricity going into the gas absorber, take this up using the tubes and put them into a gas tank. This inside of here has now produced the carbon gas. You then want to put the carbon gas going into the side of this. Obviously, you have this powered up and we need lava. So when I tested this in the overworld, it didn't work. So obviously, once you have this working with lava, link these all up together. And eventually, this is going to produce the silicon, which can be used to craft certain things. Now, I know it's incredibly overwhelming. I know I've said that multiple times in today's video. It has taken me a very long time to understand this information, but that is how you get the silicon item. Now, a couple of really cool machines you're able to make. Ignore the miner. I've already showed you this. I want to show you the heavy press, but also the experience generators and transmitters. So let's start with the heavy press. Once you have this crafted, it can also be combined with the conveying system. So you can use, obviously, again, solar panels with electricity. On this occasion, as it does say on this, you can use coal, emeralds, and diamonds, probably more, to be honest with you. But if we put this through here, you can see an emerald was produced. Let's see what happens if we put emeralds. That is going to produce diamonds. What happens if we put diamonds in there? So this one didn't actually do anything, but we know for a fact these ones do. So I guess there's a... Oh, if you do it too fast, that's not going to work. Yeah. So you have to do this on a much slower scale. Again, sometimes things do bug out, but as you can see, we've now managed to convert some of these, and I really like this. I should have showed you this before. I really enjoyed the concept of the experience generator, and it works in tandem with the transmitter. So once you have this crafted, place it down and surround it with electricity. Using pipes, which are the liquid pipes, run this all the way up and attach a liquid tank. You are then going to see XP starting to generate. Now, if you go ahead and tap this underneath, go to /game mode S, the experience that's inside of there is automatically going to become your XP. So you can see I've gone from 11. We're about to hit level 12 here. It's not super fast and you're not going to get tons of XP, but it's just a really nice addition. I would have liked to have tapped on this using a bottle to get an experience bottle, but this was a pretty cool idea. So this is the freezer. You are able to convert liquids into items: water to ice, lava to obsidian, oil to slime ball, milk to sugar, XP to EXP bottle. That makes a little bit more sense now. And also ammonia to TNT. I'm not going to show you them all, but I will show you a basic example. So inside of here, we have milk, we have water, and we have lava. You're still going to have to set up the previous generators, But let's attach these. Once this becomes active, you can see obsidian pops out. Now, I wonder what happens if you attach multiple. Do they just take turns? So we have ice and we have obsidian. This one, I think it said sugar will be produced here. Okay, that one's not producing anything right now. Let's turn these two off and see if that produces anything at all. No. So, oh, there you go. There you go. It just needed for the other ones to be turned off and took a little bit of time. As I've mentioned, I'm still learning this add-on and I haven't fully understood the wireless module, but it does say sneak to interact with a wrench to switch between receiving and transmitting. So crouching and tapping this changes, and tapping on this gives you the ability to put a network name in. But again, I haven't fully figured that out. As for the remaining parts of this add-on, there are more generators. These are more advanced and produce more power and are better in the long run. I'm not going to show you how each one works. It's down to you to go and explore. But just like some of the contraptions I've set up in today's video, they work the exact same. So if you wanted to make the hydrogen reactor, it takes hydrogen gas. And if you need to figure out where hydrogen is produced, it is inside of the end, which I didn't fancy going there in today's video. But I will give you an example. So for example, the geothermal generator takes lava and oil. So set up the lava using the liquid pumps. Use, of course, the pipes going into this. On the other side, you are going to have to use electricity and your oil rig. Make sure it's black and going into this. This is now producing more advanced power. Using the electricity cables, you can now attach a battery, and this is going to charge so much faster compared to what we've already showed you. And that is typically what each one of these does. So for example, hydrogen, geothermal, impact reactor, they just require certain things. So the reactor requires water, oxygen, and carbon gas. To find out where they are found, you just go back to here. And then if you go to the next page again, nitrogen extractor, ammonia mixer, and explosion generator. They just require the certain things that I've already showed you in today's video. But these are the best sources of power in this. However, I will show you something about this that I figured out, because this is Graphene Factory. I couldn't figure out how to get this to work. I typed in graphene, for example, and you'll notice that we only have the plates. Now, in this, it says it takes carbon gas. And as you guys know, to get the carbon gas, we have to go inside of the nether. And I tested this, but I couldn't get it to work. Takes carbon, thought it was going to be the exact same as the silicon factory. I set this up. I've tried this in multiple ways, going in the back, going in the sides. On this, it looks like it is going on the sides. But I really couldn't figure this out at all. So if anyone does, let me know. But you'll notice that the graphene item itself doesn't actually exist. The only item I could find was the carbon nanotube, which I'm guessing is the exact same thing. And this is actually used to make the graphene, but I could be wrong. No, I can confirm that is how this is made. You have to use the carbon nanotube to make the graphene plates, and then grab the iron ingots, open up this goes on the bottom, they go in the middle, and it makes the hex steel, the hexo steel, which is used to make the custom armors. So I just couldn't figure this one out, so I do apologize. It's only one of very few things I didn't quite understand in this add-on. If you just type in hex inside of the crafting table, you'll see here the recipes that are needed. You are going to have to grab yourself a circuit board. So if you type in circuit, there are two types to make. You can make the advanced one, but also a regular one, which does require silicon and also plastic as well. And I also noticed there is another type of armor here, and I want to grab this one. This is the Midnight. If we go in here and type in Midnight, for example, this one requires these. No, I want to go... Oh, it requires the hex in order to make these ones. So that's the more advanced ones. But if we go back and type in hex, for example, we are going to need a module adapter. So these are things that I didn't really go into depth because I felt like they were a little bit easier to understand. But the armors in this are absolutely brilliant. This one gives you resistance and you're like a tank. There's also different weapons available. So this is an X. And if we open this up, you can see it's attack 13. There's also a crazy looking hoe here, which is attack 6. This is going to be your pickaxe. So these, okay, so not really good on that. We also have this, which is a shovel. Oh, this thing's really, really powerful. Like insta-mining. I'm guessing the sword is going to be somewhat very similar. What's the sword like? Insta-kill then? Yes, let's do / summon a Ravager here. 1, 2. And this arm is really strong. Yeah. So this will just slice through things. And there's another one here. And this one is the nano sword. The only problem is the marketplace partners still don't have control over the attacking animations. So they're still not brilliant. Oh, I like that one. Hold on. Hold on. Let's summon another Ravager here. Oh, okay. This one, like, I don't know what it's doing to them, but yeah. This one's really, really cool. And then we have a charge pad, which is at the end. Restores durability of tools and armor from basic machinery. Interact with the module to apply it to your item. Not quite sure how the charge pad works. Whether we just have to, like, stand on it and, like, I don't know. I'm standing on it to see if it does anything, but I don't think that's how this works. Anyway, we do also have something called modules here. So if I was to go ahead and tap on hearts, I'm able to combine this to my chest plate, which is going to give me more hearts. As for, let's go force field. I can go on my chest plate as well. Let's go with, like, strength. Strength can go on one of my swords. I think that makes sense to have it on my sword. And it says underneath, it now has the module strength. So let's see how strong this is going to be here. One-shot kill? It does one-shot kill. But I think the armor and the weapon parts of this add-on is for you to go and explore it for yourself. This add-on is brilliant. And if you love technical stuff, you're going to enjoy this.